so that we can please settle down, all those who are standing behind as well, so that the people behind you, they get a good view of our panelists, dignitaries here on stage. All right. So is everybody able to view? Yeah? Nobody blocking the views, right? All right. Thank you. So now the question to the most loved panelist here on stage. S.S. Rajamouli Garu. Namaskaram, sir. Thank you so much for making your presence felt here in our beloved Hyderabad. With the release of Bahubali, Crown of Blood, the excitement in Hyderabad is palpable. Can you share with us your thoughts on bringing the iconic Bahubali universe to life once again? What was your thought behind making a prequel of this franchise into an animated series? So please, me thoughts share cheyandi.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం అండి. Okay. Well, it's a lot of thought that went behind in creating the Crown of Blood. Initially, when we started building the world of Bahubali for the films, as we started writing the pre-stories, the post-stories, the character arcs from beginning to the end, we realized there is so much more to be given to the audience in terms of the characters and the stories. In the West, there is the standard, or what do you say, the way that any brand is created, it immediately goes into multiple media. It automatically happens because it's quite established, and when a brand is building, how it can travel into different areas. But in India, we don't have that. If a film does well, it does well, and that's it. It finishes with that. But we didn't want to do that. We wanted to continue, but we didn't know how to do that. And we tried many ways. We tried to create games. We tried to create a VR film. We tried to create a series in many ways, but on the process, because it's learning, we realized the most important thing is to associate with the right people. So we are expert in filmmakers, but I'm not an expert in animation. I'm not an expert in gaming. So it is very important to associate with the right people. So it took us some time to find the right people. Of course, Sharad came in and he shared his vision of making animation big in India. It is surprising that the colorful world of India the animation doesn't really go beyond children's cartoons. So he had a vision of like we have to bring animation like in the West, like in the Japan, and he had that thought, and of course they also shared the same vision, but Hotstar also shared the same vision. Then we realized, okay, we have the right kind of people, so we associate with them, and they can take it forward. And then we had long story discussions with Sharad. It was very difficult decision for me to break myself from Bahubali and give it to Sharad and say, please take it forward from there. It's a very hard decision. Initially, I thought I wouldn't let him do anything with it without my consent. Then gradually I realized I have to let go. But before letting go, I took them through the process of how we made Bahubali. What are the characters, what are the conflicts, and if you have to take it out, you write any story you want, you create any characters that you want to. But there is a soul of Bahubali that resonated with the Indian audience or audience across the world wherever it played well. So I tried to explain them what the soul was. He understood my love for the Bahubali characters and the story, and he grasped it, and he and his team worked beautifully, creating the characters, creating the story arc, creating the character arcs, and they came up with Crown of Blood. I'm so happy the way it turned out.
We are truly honored, sir, and we are so looking forward to watch the series Bahubali Crown of Blood. And with that, I'll move forward to Sharad Devarajan Garu. With the recent success of The Legend of Hanuman and the upcoming Bahubali Crown of Blood, both championed by Sharad Devarajan Garu, it seems like animation in India is really taking off. So, how do you feel about this animation boom, especially with the backing of Disney Plus Hotstar? And what was it like bringing the grand world of Bahubali to life in animation, working alongside the visionary director S.S. Rajamouli Garu?
A lot of questions, but first, thank you for everyone here. And let me just say, I'm so humbled by the words from both of you and really moved. I mean, this has been a personal life mission of mine to try and help change the perception of our animation, our character entertainment industry for the world. And even here, where it was just seen for kids. And I'll never forget, watching the first Bahubali films and, experiencing them. And to me, they took me into a place of wonder. They were like unlike anything I had ever seen in my life, and the vision that you brought to the screen, sir, was so captivating for anybody. But more than that, it was so iconic in the archetypes, the characters, so uniquely Indian. Every time I watch it, and what I think was so amazing when we first spent time talking, and Shobu and I had been starting to this journey about how do we think about the Bahubali universe. The audience had seen was only the tip of the iceberg. And when I saw the richness of the world you created, the amount of research and amount of story that was there far beyond what anyone had seen on the screen, that is also the reason the films were such a success. Because that love, that care, that attention is rarely brought by any filmmaker around the world before the film is made. I think the history of all of Indian cinema, and probably global cinema, will be defined as before Bahubali and after Bahubali. So the incredible honor to be able to work with everybody here on this stage and have this journey where we can try and do something different with animation for this country, where, I think the risk-taking you took in those films was the thing that we struggled to try and epitomize, as much as that soul of the characters and that heart that you really brought to them. I hope that the audiences find it well. Similar with Legend of Hanuman, I think in both this, we're trying to change the narrative in the country to not think of animation as a medium, but as a genre, I should say, as genre only for kids, but a medium where the greatest storytellers can come and craft whatever story they want, a visual storytelling medium that can really express deep senses of emotion, characterization, drama, as sophisticated as any other live action medium that people will see. We have seen this in the rest of the world, but the hope, and my hope, is that people watch this series and almost forget it's an animation. Just get captivated into the characters and story, into the world of it. And, and if we can capture even 1/1,000,000th of the amazing, brilliance that you were able to do as a director and a creator, I will consider it my life's work as a success. So, and I will say from the start of this journey, Shobu, has been really such a supportive friend, mentor, and helper in us trying to figure out how do we take those risks, how do we do something special, and how do we push the boundaries of this franchise, which is beloved by millions